Hello, this is Bret Wagner, co-owner of Go Wags Baseball Training Center. I do a good bit of our pitching lessons at the facility, and I'd like to go over what a typical pitching lesson looks like, at least for the first lesson. This is Reed Demian. He's a senior at Susquehanna Township. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me using him as an example. So again, we're going to go through what a typical pitching lesson looks like. So the first thing that we're looking for is whether or not you get a nice load on the back leg. When we talk about creating velocity, throwing velocity, priority number one is creating momentum, and that happens with a nice strong load on the back leg. So we don't want to rush this aspect of the delivery. We want to almost feel not an actual stop, but you want to feel as if you're pausing momentarily, a load. Okay, then now we proceed down the line, and we get a nice long stride because we're driving off that rubber. What I'd like to see when your foot lands, okay, we'd like to see you on your back toe. You know, just like Reed has it here. He's on that back toe. That tells me he's getting really good extension. His lead arm here could be a little bit better. It's kind of flying open. We'd like to see it a little more closed, and when I mean closed, that lead shoulder should be pointing directly at the catcher here in this position, but not a bad position. This is what we call full external rotation. These two actions right here, and this layback that you see with the throwing arm. Okay. This layback, that's a main contributor to throwing velocity, so we like to make sure we get that layback, and that happens with increased angular velocity with the torso. You know, and that's one of the reasons we really promote the strength training in the facility, is that we've got to create power in the lower body, and we've got to create power through this area here, so we can get that layback here. Okay. And then last but not least, I'm always looking to see whether or not you throw off a firm front leg at release. So here's release point, and Reed does a decent job throwing off of a firm front leg. That's the momentum transfer. So we create momentum with the back leg, we transfer it with the front leg. Now, Reed knows this. We'd like to see that back leg come up more than through. Okay, so we call this walking through the delivery, as opposed to seeing it go up and then land. Maybe it lands over in this area. If you watch enough baseball, you'll see your big power pitchers go up and over rather than up and through. So that's a typical pitching lesson with me. If you're interested, you can contact my sister-in-law Heather. She can get you started, and we can get moving down the road to creating momentum and transferring momentum.